There was a time when the guitar reigned supreme. Axe lords were worshipped as divine gifts to humanity from another dimension. I mean, just look at the very accurate musician chart. If you're a drummer, you get one babe. If you're a guitarist, double the babes. Even better if you're a vocalist, you get a quad spread. Unfortunately, bass players get nothing. It is true that the guitar has fallen from the throne. It's no longer revered as the greatest and most expressive instrument. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why this is the case. Now, let's be honest, you want to be one of the few modern axe lords who can still stir the hearts of fair maidens. The best way to do that is with my free guitar newsletter below. Free tabs, tips, and tricks. Reach your true musical potential with my full music theory course. That's how you really understand and gain the power of knowledge to let those brilliant ideas inside your mind escape. Those sounds in your head mean something. They're real. Just need the power to extract them. Reason number 1 why the guitar is dead is novelty. The novelty has worn off. Look at this meme. Guy who went to school for music theory. Guy who can play Through the Fire and the Flames on expert. In other words, the video game player who can play Guitar Pro is like more respected now than the guy who can play the real instrument. Almost like the guitar has become a parody of itself now. Rewind back in time. Electric technology, when we came out with the amplifier, and then the Kinks cut the speaker cone with a knitting needle and produced distortion. Tony Iommi of Black Sabbath took that concept and ran with it. What I'm trying to say is this was a new sound, and it blew our minds. Quite literally, it's just incredibly loud. Over time, the thrill of this new technology started to wear off. And now you can't just be that drunk guitarist out there improvising his solo when the rest of the band is back on the cruise ship. You have to be having a real, legitimate musical conversation when you play. It's tough, but bro, you're going to have to learn some basic music theory. Truth is, we're just over the cool factor. It's not there anymore. I mean, it's still cooler than the tuba. Flatulence is kind of hard to make cool if we're being honest. But the modern mindset is make me feel something or I don't care. Yes, the guitar still looks way cooler than any other instrument, but you actually have to bring the music and make music when you play. Reason number 2 why the guitar is dead is musical murder. The guitar is a young instrument compared to something like the keyboard, at least in terms of the pedagogy or teaching methods that have been set forth. Franz Liszt, basically mapped out what was possible on the keyboard, back in the 1800s, right? But we're still finding out what the guitar is capable of. So we're locked in this sort of technique arms race. We're finding out what these 6 strings or 6, 7, 8, 9, 27 strings are really capable of. In that process, we've kind of gotten into this athletic performance thing instead of how can I serve the song? We're trying to play fast. We're trying to play fancy, flashy. We're a bit high on our own supply, if I'm being honest. The size of guitar players' egos is nuts. The dick measuring contest we've become ensnared in has to stop. Can you take me into your world of emotion? Do you actually have something to say? Where's your insight, your philosophical depth, your experience? Can you channel that through your instrument? Simplicity is a big thing to keep in mind. This meme says, anytime I hear guitars going, oh, 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 this is amazing. Stop trying to go directly to level 666 and just make people's minds melt. Rep the basics first. Learn about music. You're just an instrumentalist like everyone else. The guitar really is just a means to an end. It's an expressive tool. I mean, the only reason I play guitar is because I believe it's the best tool to channel my ideas. If there was another instrument out there that did a better job, I would play that. Unshackle yourself from this identity with the actual instrument itself and see yourself as a musician instead, a communicator of a universal language. The 3rd reason why the guitar is dead is social suicide. When the first generation of shredders was arising, they would spend all day in the room fingering the G string. This pays a toll on your social skills. I call it the Buckethead syndrome. Now, I love Buckethead. I've got nothing but respect for the guy. However, you can't pull off his kind of brand in the modern day. You have to be able to speak and interact with your fans. The fourth wall is down. So there's no longer this mystique between the creator and the consumer. The more you can show someone, the more direct and honest you can communicate with them, the better. What we need to do is redefine the guitar as an instrument so that it has a bright future. As I said, it's just a tool to communicate using the universal language of music. It's not a cheat code that gets you girls or, put you straight to the front of the line. Instant billionaire. No one is going to praise you for handling your hardwood anymore. We've seen all of the best stuff on Instagram, on YouTube. Now we just need to make good music again. Don't just play with your wood all day. Work on your social skills, being charismatic, being an artist, someone who is an interesting person to follow. Someone like Dimebag Darrell of Pantera. I always bring him up because his social acuity was high, a fun and entertaining person as well as a good musician. Becoming an interesting person makes your music more interesting. What kind of life experiences have you had? And let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is the guitar dead? How do you feel about this? Join me on Patreon. I'll put the link below. All my tabs, courses, Discord access. We can talk about whether or not the guitar is dead, what you want to do with your music. Do you have something interesting to say? Maybe you're going to be a future riff lord or lead lord or both. You need at least 69 ounces of WAP juice to become the best shredder you can be. Cheers.